Hi y'all, welcome back. Today we are building, well, I'm not building, he's building some raised beds. And in the previous video I showed you where we had gotten some new beds, and so this is a box and it has two in there, and he's going to go ahead and put one together for you guys. And so it comes with the instructions.
That are not great, but they're okay.
And so he has put together a few other ones that we are working on filling and putting seats in. And so what you see him doing right there is just separating things off to the side. So what are you doing?
Okay, so I'm just separating them so that they're quicker for assembly. So because I'm doing two, these pieces over here are the ends. So there's two of them here, so there's two ends. And I put two down there, and then of course these are your corners. So you got four corners when you put the two of them together, and then this little plastic cap to go on the top of the corner. And so then I have these longer ones, and so I need two there, two on the other side, and of course the four down there, and then I have two more that will go, they'll go in the middle. So I'm going to put two on this side and two over here, and then get all the cardboard out of the way.
And guys, that cardboard will not go to waste. We will take all the tape, all the plastic off of it, and we will use it to put on the bottom of the beds. We try to make use of just about everything around here.
And so hardware pack for one of them, and a hardware pack for the other one. Okay. Now, I do believe this is the same hardware pack for a bigger bed, because so far everyone that I've put together has 12 extra screws and nuts.
Okay.
It does come with a pair of gloves to kind of protect you from the raw edges, which are sharp, and I do think that they would work. They do stretch. So it's supposed to be like a one size fit all. I did put one of the pairs on, and one of the ones I took off, and it pretty much the seam in the thumb pretty much ripped immediately. So you're probably, if you're worried about cutting yourself, you probably just want to use a actual pair of working gloves. I don't personally think it's necessary. As long as you don't try to slide anything, you'll be okay.
Okay.
So then it doesn't come with any tools. So the screws that come in the pack, you can use a flathead or a Phillips. And of course, this is a number 2 Phillips. And then for the nut, it's a 10 millimeter socket. It's a 10 millimeter socket for that. Or you could use, some kind of adjustable pliers or something like that. But just in case you wanted to know, that's the actual size. And so what I have done to make it quicker is I will take and open them up, and they do have them separated in these little bags. But obviously, once you open those, they're going to kind of spill out. So I took 2 sandwich bags. You could use some bowls or whatever that you have, and I will dump them all in there. And I will put I will put all the screws in one, and I will put all the nuts in the other. And then the only other thing that it comes with is these pins that go in the corner that are supposed to slide down in here when you have it done so that it doesn't potentially blow away. But I don't think that will be an issue if you put dirt in it once you get it finished. So I set those out of the way. And so the directions have it where you build the corner and you go down. I find it easier just to build the whole end and then build this end and that end, and then put in the bracing and the middle pieces all at the same time.
Okay, so you build both ends and then you worry
Right.
about the middle.
And so I'll go ahead and build the ends, and we'll see how that looks, and then go back into the middle part, because the instructions don't actually have that as being the option of the way they put it to be assembled. Okay, so I did the bottom two. The only difference on the top corner is I'm going to go ahead and add the plastic piece to the outside as well. And then I'll go ahead and put the other side on. So then with this one, you kind of want to slide it in between this corner piece and the plastic. And so then I will put this one on, and then I will come back and tighten both corners. Just a scratch. I guess you really probably can't do this wrong, with the exception of, forgetting to put this on as you're going, or not having this little notch in the downward position when you're finished,
Hmm.
because that would be your stake point, unless it didn't really matter to you. But I would still think you would potentially want that out of your way.
I could probably get it wrong.
You think so?
Probably. You got that little scratch on you, I'd be all cut up.
Well, you see it now. Doesn't look like anything.
Yeah.
The good thing is the top edge where you would potentially put your hand, that's been rolled over. So you're not going to, in general, no matter what you do, you're not going to cut yourself with that. It's mainly the raw edge, which would be this edge or the actual end of the panel. That would potentially be the problem edge. And I'm thinking that's exactly why this goes on there. And I don't know what you would do, when the plastic wears out. If you could you probably just hit it with a grinder or cover it with something else, I guess, at that point. I think the only other thing that would make this maybe better is, instead of like regular nuts, if they put like nylock nuts on there, where they wouldn't actually potentially back out. But I mean, there's not a lot of movement with this, so it's probably not necessary. I mean, I guess if you really wanted to, you were that concerned about it, you could always put thread lock in there, and that would prevent it from moving out. That little magnet tip is giving me a little bit of a hard time. It wants to stick to it before I can actually get it into the center of the screw. All right, so the sides, you got to go through all three pieces at one time. You have your center panel, the panel on the end, and the rod. So you have to go through all of them at once. Because it's like that, we don't tighten it all up till we get all three of them in place.
So y'all, this year we decided to go ahead and get these beds because if you follow us, you know our garden is made from cement blocks. Is what we started out with, and they are pretty heavy. So I think one of these beds that he's building now is lighter than one or two of the cement blocks. So we decided to go with that. And also with the cement blocks, we had to shorten up the width of the bed because I couldn't reach across. Initially, I could because I could go from one side to the other and then go around to the other side and come in that way. But then we added the arches. And so I can't really come in from the side where the arches are at. So it's really hard to reach like 4 feet across. So we had to shorten it up. But still, reaching across those blocks are like 8 inches. And so that still adds more space as to where this right there, there's nothing. It's actually 3 feet. You know, it's still hard to reach across the 3 feet. You wouldn't think so. But if you watched yesterday's video when I was trying to sow some of those seeds, I was having a hard time reaching the third square up top. But with the cement blocks, it's a lot harder. And they're heavier, so this is a lot easier to move if we have to move it. And so that's why this year we decided to go ahead and add these. Initially, we started when we expanded to 2 longer beds, we went with the cement block. And then just transporting those back and forth, you know, that was a lot. So we found these online, and so far they're working out really well for us. I think he's tightening up those last few screws, and I think it's almost done.
And that's it.
That's it?
That's it. And so it just,
Look at how light that is. It's just amazing.
you get the balance right. You know, obviously some maneuverability would be easier with 2 people, 1 on each end, but 1 person can do it. And I don't know how long that took me. Maybe 30 minutes unpacking and putting it all back together. I think, you know, maybe initially, just like everything else, the first time it's going to take you longer and then it'll get quicker subsequently.
All right, y'all. Well, there you have it. There's 1 bed made, and then he'll build the other one. And then I will bring y'all back in another video and show you when they're full and planted. Thank you for spending your time with us. We hope that you have a wonderful and blessed day. Till next time.